Anyway, doesn't matter. Alice Maester is much better. Alrighty then. So, after a decent bit of practice / break on the stuff here, after grumbling about the rotation for a long time and having a new set come out in the middle of all this as well, which does absolutely nothing for the modern format, but, you know, hey, that's what happens, right?
It's just reprints of shinies.
Yeah.
Charizard is cheaper now.
Yay. It could be 18% of the meta instead of 17 now. Woo.
Hotbar is more expensive now.
It could be 7% instead of 8%. Woo.
That card is going for at least 100 from what I've heard.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's a very pretty card, so... But anyway, point is, we're actually back to looking at the recording bit now for it, and yeah, see what we can do. See what wonderful stuff comes out of this, huh?
Heads or tails?
Heads. Okay, I will be going second.
Okay, so I'm going first anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been quote-unquote grinding out this deck the entire day, just being like, yeah, because I was anticipating I'd be playing against it, going, yeah, I should probably see if there's something reasonable that, you know, would make for a decent matchup with the stuff here, or, you know. But,
interesting opener to think through.
How do you start Jirachi every single game? I've had like over half the games today be like either not Jirachi or not Sableye starts, and statistically that makes sense because I think there's a lot more non-Jirachi Pokemon than there are Jirachi Mons, but like you just start it every time. It's crazy.
It makes you feel better. I do that a third.
Fair enough.
So, Viridian, discard Psychic. Psychic. MT. Discard Psychic.
I also have no doubts that you are probably better than me at playing this deck at this point, considering you've done more like actual, you know, in situ stuff with it rather than just messing around with it on the side.
2. Something. Yeah, seeing that Hoop says we'll probably get this Tinachomp down.
Hoops is a bit spooky.
Hoopers tells me I don't want to be going all out with Tina's here. Cynthia? Taprachi.
This is a really nice artwork for it, I will say.
Yeah, shame it's got the stamp, but...
Yeah.
Both artworks are good though, so...
Yeah. I mean, neither of them are Stardust, but, you know, it's a bit hard to be like Stardust Rachi there as well, so...
Attach your Psychic to Tinachomp and pass the turn back.
Of course I get the worst possible card here. Pokegear. Whiff. Second one.
Do it again.
Whiff. Unit energy, Lily for 6.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to see if it's intentionally whiffing or if it's just because, you know.
Yeah, I can definitely see an intentional whiff with a Lily in hand. Turn 1.
Victory sign.
Yeah, that's the awkward bit. So for anyone that does know, 2 energy of different types that can go in your Pokemon in any way that you like. Yeah, other side.
Okay.
So I think we're a bit past 2014. Was it 2014 that Firewater? I think it was 2012 actually. The Firewater format was a big bird. Good old Fire Fist. Was it?
I think it was early 2013 before the Dragon Rulers came in.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the exact timing of stuff that way, but at least you know what I'm on about.
Yeah.
Mermails and Fire Fists.
Thinking I want to. Yeah, I think. Going to stabilize. Activate Viridian. Discard a Lily. Fetch a Psychic. Attach a Sableye. Cynthia. Jirachi. Reset snap.
Certainly is one of those sort of awkward bits with Rachi, isn't it? Is now you've got to have a switch out if you want to do anything this turn, but
Yeah. Econ. Shuffle in Espeon. Deoxys.
Yep.
your time might come later, my son.
Malamar. Benjaninke. Malamar to Tinachomp.
This is such a cool artwork, I've got to say. Like, I think the other one's really good too, but this is such a cool artwork. Yeah.
No, same for later. And pass it there.
Perish ball.
There we go. That's what we were looking for last turn. Behold, horse.
Maybe I do want that, baby Tina. Maybe I do.
Good catch 22, isn't it?
Hey, Liza.
Sure is.
Victory sign.
I'll draw a thing on my turn while you're doing that.
Yep, so water and fire. And there it is, one fully charged horse.
Okay.
Ready to Hydro Steam in a moment. Oh wait, wrong Pokemon.
This does not need a stronger Scald.
Yeah, thankfully that move doesn't have a burn chance on it, but like that's small pennies compared to.
Viridian, discard Tina. Fetch Psychic. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Give me a second.
I'm just getting ready.
Yeah, it's best to good to
Sinister
get.
Serpent does Sinister Serpent
I'll use
things.
my Jirachi first, though.
If I didn't hit the horse there, I was actually tempted to just flare.
That would have been pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
So I should guess. MT. Use MT, discard Jirachi. Second Malamar. And now Tina.
Yeah, makes sense.
And we'll put it on. Let's try that. Right, go. Yeah. Yeah, well, on both the attackers. Yeah. Everyone in the match on the Victini, so attach one psychic from hand onto Tina. Malamar, another onto Tina. I'm gonna pass. I can't seem to find my switch house today. As it goes.
This was also one of the things I was having issues with.
Lysander Labs.
Labs is pretty good.
Cynthia.
That was a wake up. A second.
Switch. Sonic Edge.
Okay.
Yep. And it's a full 90 damage going on with it there, so... not 90, but, you know, would be 90 for this guy, so it's like, get rid of one of the abilities at the very least. A full 110 off of the Sonic Edge stuff here.
Yep, just thinking about my energy layout here.
Yeah, this is a weird one, isn't it?
Cast in. Yeah, I guess this guy goes in.
We had the same idea there, going, is there any in there?
Yeah, I knew. I was. Actually, no. I was thinking something slightly different.
That's fair, that's fair. No, I'm looking at it going, is there any in there? Because it's like they're basically all committed right now by the looks of it.
Viridian Forest. Use it, discarding Giratina. Fighting. This is the painful part. Looking at the way his hand is. Store that for forever. Go to the put it on the Tina. He retreat to it. Shadow Impact, putting the 40 on. Yeah, because Sonic Edge it's relevant, so I should put it on the Sableye.
Fair deuce. Yeah, next one.
As much as I kind of don't want to do this, I think I just have to. It sounds not really great, so we will judge you.
Okay, pushing me out. Right now.
Pokegear?
What was it? Yeah.
Oh, I thought I should have taken that. Yeah. I'm an idiot. Well.
I can't afford to let you just kill this next turn without killing one in return.
Yeah.
Well,
Resolute Blade.
Yep. 50 damage for each of the opponent's benched Pokemon. Pretty good GX attack overall. I know you'd have
Actually,
loved.
by not keeping this thing down last turn, but that's okay. I got away with it.
It's one of those of I know you'd have loved to have saved that for the Tinachomp, but I think
So
we can...
another Giratina comes out. Put one Hooper. Put one on Victini, actually. Yeah.
I don't like the way it's looking at me.
Yeah.
It's menacing.
I just realised I knew. Hang on, I go through a situation. Yeah, that's actually an issue. Yeah, I just read a problem. Yeah, that's actually a problem.
So the
Oh, I
Malamar.
guess We're both done.
Excuse me.
Attach this to Tinachomp manually. There's just gonna be a pass from there.
Huh. Okay.
Pass. Yeah.
Yep, heard.
That's me, not Sai this time. Don't worry. I'm like, huh? Okay.
Yeah, the weird things.
Cynthia.
Horse 2.
Yeah, I think I'm just fine swinging with this again. Sonic Edge.
Malamar. Spell tag on Giratina. Hard switch. Shadow Impact to get KO. Check some math here for a second. Doing.
It's doing
Enough.
enough. Yeah, it's 70 with weakness.
So it's okay.
Yeah.
Hammer around.
10 plus 20 for each of your opponent's Pokemon has an ability, which obviously includes the Tina, so...
Yeah, switch.
And then 2 prizes for you.
I respect GGN too much.
Yeah, that's understandable. It could just ruin all of your energy attaches right now if you commit that way. Yep, more Cynthia.
Evil Admonition.
Yep. And think on spell tag. All four on a horse.
Yeah, I think that's the most logical.
Puts it in free range. Puts it in. Bring back a Tina. We'll play around having to get down.
This dies to Giratina regardless, so you don't want to.
Yeah, that's not Giratina killed. I'm thinking about. It's not. Yeah, put on Keldeo and the damaged Jirachi.
That's a very V-shaped Rachi, but yeah. I know they're
I'm
all the
sorry.
same. They're all the same, don't worry about it. As a casual Pixie enjoyer, they are all the same.
They all have the same stats.
Malamar to the Tina. Yeah, I'm going to use my GX attack. Take that card down.
Yep, so no prizes get taken for that, but GG End is pretty solid at just ditching what's on board.
Perish Ball.
Behold, another one.
Second Cherish Ball, Feel. Lysander Labs. Energy Spinner. Actually... No, it's fine. Okay, gear. Whiff.
Mm-hmm.
Cynthia. Switch. Victory sign. it would be very hard for you to get that much energy on the tag team.
Okay.
Go ahead.
First Malamar. Attach. Tina. I just have to climb to the last watch in front of me, I think.
Either way.
Ooh, getting stuck.
Reset
Okay.
stamp. Yep.
Not surprised, honestly, but
Sonic Edge.
okay.
I'm not done with you yet.
Hang on the
Oh,
Giratina.
sorry, that should be in the discard pile.
Yeah.
Skateboard on the active. Stamp.
Yep. It's down to 2.
Skin off my nose.
Think you to go big. That was not big. That was... Has to go. This. Wait a minute. That's on 20. I've already bought that. I've not Malamar'd yet, have I?
Not this turn.
I would
Pull
be
out a Tina.
surprised.
Put those counters on Keldeo and Hooper.
My Sandal has
treats.
blocking the board, obviously, so it does have to pay all 3.
Little benches. Okay. Both teams in play. And take the KO. Put the 40 on itself.
Yeah, you've got it. Oh, I'm gonna swing anyways. Evil Admonition.
You made that way too hard on yourself, Pepper.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was in such a checkmate scenario. I'll be honest.
I was so rooting for the little guy. You didn't put him down. Why not?
I was so close. I was
No,
seriously thinking
you
about.
had it. You had there was Viridian in play as well. You had double Tina.
I was
in
out of
the
energy
discard.
deck.
What, entirely?
Oh wait,
No, you're not.
I was shuffled in by a reset stamp. That was stamped.
Well,
No,
was it not in hand then? Because you had an energy there for sure.
Yeah, I was saving that because I needed that. If I only had 2 Malamars, I needed that for if something went stupid.
I should have put down the Absol.
Yeah, Absol would have helped a bit.
Yeah,
No,
I was
I'm-
seriously.
No. You had it though with it because you had the energy there. You had enough energy in play because you had a switch as well, right? So
I
you
just
had.
couldn't find my custom catchers.
Yeah, I was talking to Pepper's side of it this time because yeah, you needed custom catcher for that a bit, but no, you had the Esper in hand. You had 2 Tinas in the discard, so you had enough damage to get the Keldeo down on the bench and KO it with the Esper. You had the energy already in hand, so you had enough stuff to do it. And you had the switch. You would have still had the Calamitous Edge on the Garchomp.
Maybe I'm misremembering it. And there was one point where I was, yeah, maybe it was a good chance for it to go in. I was definitely thinking about it. I was.
You had it on 2 consecutive turns. The second turn, you even had Spell Tag, which would have sealed the game entirely if you did that, because you had the damage on the Victini, and you just Spell Tag KO the Victini, and then whatever comes in gets Calamitous edged. So, like, you had it.
Mid game well enough to contest. Yeah, but I have not gotten used out of this guy yet.
Yeah,
it was on my. It was on. I didn't want to cut it because it's an Esper, but maybe it's just not like you say. I'm best with this. I'm probably better than you with this deck, but I'm not that. I don't feel very good with the deck yet. That makes sense, and stuff like that is probably why.
Yeah, there's definitely lines which are like probably more awkward to say and stuff, but you know, that's maybe because I have like at least had some experience with this sort of bit in the past, so like I have been able to play the Esper line a little in the thing. I will admit I also haven't managed to really do much with Esper in like the solo testing stuff at the moment, but that's more just because of the fact of like everything has really died and not gone to the bench with like 40 plus damage and stuff there. Keldeo is probably the optimal like time to see it, right? Because I don't think this thing's too hard to get enough damage on the on the bench.
I was
to
definitely picking up that first Keldeo for potential Eokinesis.
So I think
never...
yeah, that would probably be the best sort of time.
It worked out in a way where I felt comfortable committing resources into it.
Yeah. Well, you mean you went for the Tina instead, which I was like, but we've got an attack that we could just throw down here. I know you wouldn't have had energy on this.
I think my fault there was, and I just remember, I think I already knew this guy was the damage Keldeo was 2 prizes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, how am I getting my other prizes? So, and taking an active there was part of that because. I'm not scared. I don't think second Keldeo is ever coming out. So I'm probably getting this, and one other thing for my prizes. It never quite came to the Hooper, but taking the other thing there helps set up prize math for later.
Yeah, again, the only thing you were missing the first turn you could have done it was the spell tag. But the second turn, you still had enough stuff for it. You had the spell tag at that point. You could have easily just gone in. Like, you even played the switch away from the Sableye to go to the Giratina, and it's like, yeah, you played the thing that could have done it with the Esper, and like Esper spell tag.
That's earlier than I was thinking then.
Yeah, no, it was on the 4 prize turn, or your 4 prize turn.
Yeah,
and
I was thinking.
Yeah, there was
probably an energy issue then, because I was definitely out of energy in deck at that point. As this deck came to prizes.
You had an energy in hand. I remember that well enough. You had Esper energy.
Was it fighting? Because if I remember my last fight,
possibly.
Because these were prized.
Yeah, but you already had all the energy on Tinachomp anyway, so like that wasn't the issue. You didn't even have to pay the energy for that.
Because the first fight went to a baby Tina, second went to this, third was a late game prize.
Whichever way around it was, I know you had enough energy to do it because you just didn't attach from hand that turn to do the thing. So yeah, I don't know. I think there was also one turn that you didn't Malamar whatsoever that you could have Malamar to the Sableye or something and saved a bit there. Because I think you probably had to.
I think I did miss a Malamar at one point. Yeah. Probably. It might have been me being scared of running out of energy though, because I noticed these 2 stacks on this Tinachomp were actually a big pain for me in mid game. Because it was stuck there, because got baited into thinking this was something else. And not a Keldeo deck. Like, oh, Victini, what plays that? Right, those 3 birds. I need my tag team going.
Birds? Don't know what you're talking about. You needed Mew if that was the case. If you were worried about it being Bird Trio, you should have had Mew down immediately. because if Bird Trio was what was down here, you would have died immediately to Sky Legends. Takes out both your Malamars, takes out your Jirachi or your Sableye, and that's game over already, right? So if you were worried about it being birds, you really need that.
I was only on 1 Inkay turn 1, so I was behind on Malamars, so that's probably why I didn't go for the move before I saw Keldeo.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah,
now I'm playing something weird.
Certainly are, but it's neat. I mean, Keldeo has a couple of decks that can thingy in. This is probably the weirdest one that we found, right? Or that you found, because I didn't know about this, I'll be fair. We saw Buzzmoser in this list initially, and we're like, what? That's kind of weird. I think we tweaked it down to... I think the energy might be a bit awkward here, but if it was a Buzzmoser instead, I think he'd have been in a much worse position than the Kyurem, right? Because that would have been even worse to try and charge up. So...
Genji's always the pain. It's definitely the pain with this, because you're relying on Victory Sign. That's never a good place to be in.
It's a weird one, yeah. I can understand that being like super awkward. I wanted to say some stuff about what, like, I'm sure there were bits that you could have done different as well, Si, but I've kind of forgotten about that now because I was more consumed about, no, we could have had Esper.
I desperately needed my catchers and I just could not find them.
Yeah. I think this is one issue that we see with decks that have just like all shuffle draw, right, and no way of like trying to dig for these things. You can't play greens in here obviously because you have an ability on your main dude, so that's not like a thing, but this is one of the issues when we don't have gusting otherwise, and every single thing, because you shuffled in a custom catcher basically every time you played the supporters late game, right, and it's so frustrating.
I needed to try and get them together.
Yeah. But like when there's no way of drawing between them, and there's nothing like Volkner that you can play in this list that can search out an item, it's so hard to get the second one. And I think that was the one sort of weakness we saw here. I don't even think more Lily would have solved that. Maybe I know as much as you hate the card, maybe Erica's would have actually solved it there.
Never worked for me.
That's the thing.
Never
I know.
had it at the right time.
I know. I'm not trying to like sell you on it here because I know it's been terrible for you. I mean, you know how much I hated when Steven's advice was a 4 in like old stuff. So like, I'm with you, but I'm like.
At least with Stevens, you knew it was at least as good as the other options when it was at mid.
Yeah.
Erica is just kind of like, I wish it was something else right now when there was so many something else's.
Yeah, I think this is why I've gone to Harpu more than Erica's. Even though Harpu is much more destructive, it's like, yeah. I'm just thinking, imagine if one of those Cynthia or even the Judge was a Harpu during that game, because with you having one custom in deck in hand, even you could have potentially gotten it off the next 6. So frustrating, isn't it? It's always what ifs. It's like, this is why we're never fully satisfied with all the decks that we build, but it's cool. Like, yeah. Keldeo stops you from taking GX stuff, and GXs are the most consistent decks around here. Even the Malamar, you can build this single prize, but even the Malamar stuff's playing a lot of tag teams and whatnot, so this gets bothered quite a bit by it. You can't GG end it either because it's unaffected by everything. It's a safeguard style effect, so that's a pretty good thing for it. Keldeo does have a critical weakness to spell tag Giratina, but that's what the labs and the fact of Hooper's there to try and help it. The Kyurem it's a bit of an expensive answer to it, but it can be a trade if you need to at some point. And Victini searches for different basic energies from the deck, puts them onto your dude, so you get a fire and a water, and go from there. It's pretty good. Absol also messes a fair bit if you don't get the labs out, or if it gets bumped. This can mess with the skateboard stuff that the Rachi relies on as well. So
Absol labs is miserable for anything that wants to retreat. It's basic.
Yep.
As for this, I did 2 changes from my last list. I took out the Marshadow-GX for another Tinachomp.
Yep, this is what I've been playing as well.
One Pokémon for the third Rachi.
Okay.
I feel it was a good midpoint between good starts and type supporter.
Fair enough. Whereas
I will say this didn't feel miserable versus Giratina as much as some other things that we've played.
Yeah, you have a few more of the checks to what it brings to the table rather than yeah, because like a lot of single price stuff will just fall to the infinite engine of it, and the multi prizes, if they're big enough to take it on, it's usually free prizes, and they trade two for, like 2-for-1 sort of thing that way. So you end up behind on prize trades anyway. You really need something else to kind of go over the top of it if we're looking that way. Something like Timeless or like Tag Bolt or or mass healing of some sort. That's where in my God War Sylveon thing, that's what the Xerneas' Sanctuary is for. Also gets around the spell tag that turn, but it's like, yeah, if I can make it so that you don't get KOs for a bit and can just like move all of my damage to you, then sets you back more turns than it sets me. That's the kind of thing you need if you want to actually sort of break ahead of what Tina can do. Whereas, yeah, here, I mean, Hooper, see, the problem is Hooper by itself isn't good enough because Spell Tag kind of ruins it, but Hooper's with...
Or in this case, 2 Tina pings put it into a trade range.
That's, like, fine. That doesn't deal with one that's already active at the very least, though, so that's okay. But, yeah, if you can ping it before it becomes that much of a problem. But yeah, it forces you to play very differently around it, right? Because you don't want to put that many abilities in play because of the Dark weakness on Giratina. You do just get hit with Hooper. And Spell Tag can just get played around if Lysander Labs comes in at the time. And yeah, it's like Keldeo deals with the non-Giratina part of this. So you've really got to sort of think around it quite a bit as to, yeah, how to deal with this sort of matchup. It's... yeah, quite an awkward one.
And Lysander Labs hurting my mobility does not help either.
Yeah, because your skateboards don't really do much there. You're also, I think, down 1. No, I don't think you're down 1 switch, but like you're down 1 from the max you could play. So like that's also a potential.
There's no space to max them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my slight alteration here. I think I do still have all the PCOMs in here because I don't have the third Rachi, but I've got one less Viridian in the deck as well to sort of fit the other one, because I think energy wise I usually was fine with this. It was more just getting the setup that can be an awkward thing. So
I can see cutting it. I can see it.
It's a weird one because I know you want it.
Aegislash wants pushing me to want more energy, but that game I did show that if I do get Viridians and energy draws, I burn through this supply super fast.
Yeah, so like even potentially here it could be just like another hard energy instead of this, right? Another psychic or something.
Very possible.
That's the other sort of way around you could think of it.
That would make me very energy heavy by Malamar list standards, but maybe that's okay.
Well, I mean, 11 used to be what was played, I think, right? It was like 8 plus 3. Yeah, nowadays it's less, but like before rotation, I think like the Ultra and Crowswell ones were like 8 and 3 or something, 8-2 plus the Beast Energy, right? So they've definitely shrunk a little bit in terms of the energy requirement, like thingy in the deck, but. Yeah, no, like 10 energy I think is a reasonable enough amount because you do get to see it at the time as much as you need to, and 6 psychic is sometimes a little greedy, let's be real. Like we know why.
Yeah, I was feeling it. I was feeling it that game.
We know why, because this thing does need a fighting as well, and we do have the search for it, so like it's fine,
Two of
but...
them we need 3 fighting.
Yeah.
I don't think it's reasonable to go down that without any recovery.
No. But, yeah, that's effectively my take on the stuff. It's like, yeah, if anything, maybe this could be another energy or something. That's probably about it from here.
That made me think of recycle system, actually. That's probably bad, but energy recycle system.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably bad, but it's a thought.
Not impossible.
It gets back your fighting energy, at least.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, you're losing immediacy, but you get the option to recycle these fightings.
Yeah, that's also something that could be tested for sure. This is the type of thing if we were playing at the time and we had like the months or so that these things go on with. That's the type of stuff we'd be like, okay, let's try it with this one in then and go from there, right? But sadly, we don't quite have that much time for everything, unfortunately. But to be fair, that's probably not a bad thing overall.
Yeah. This is not the greatest of eras to be stuck in.
No. Like, I mean, so long as you don't hit control every day, I think it's generally okay, but it certainly doesn't, like... Yeah, I mean, it felt better before we lost Ultra Ball and Nest Ball and blah, 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 blah. Enough complaining. Enough complaining of that. Who's next, then?
Go ahead, Pepper. If
Okay,
that's
sure.
bringing what I thought he's bringing, I think that feels this.
Second list, so we just swap between lists.
Well, I know what I want to do. I have already played Pepper with it directly, though, so what I'm going to do instead here, this might need to just be, like, a separate thing afterwards, because I'm like... If this doesn't work, then it might just be like, okay, I'm trying to bring the quote-unquote serious time.
I think this is what it is. I'm going to swap decks just for your sake.
Oh, yeah, if it's yellow, then I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking, hang on, that's you bring that bird.
Yeah, well, you see, you haven't played that yet, but you have played the Mewtwo Medal list that I would have played otherwise for it, right? That would have been the other thing. So it's...
I don't want to bring Pikarom into your birds list and ruin your day.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. I can understand.
I've already
that.
faced birds, so...
You faced this one with it. Yeah, you faced both, basically, with a bit, but... Oh, no, actually, have you played the Mewtwo Medal thing for me? I don't remember.
Yes.
Okay, so I have played it against
It was
both
way
of you.
too aggressive for what I was bringing at the time. It was the Chandelure.
No, I didn't bring it against that. I wouldn't bring Metal into a fire matchup. That was the Pikarom that I played.
Maybe the Chandelure is a wet to style on it.
To be fair, we've done a lot of Chandelure.
Yeah. No, Pikarom.
I'm fairly sure I faced birds though.
Yeah, I think you have. That's why I wanted to do it this way round. Pikarom was what I took in initially into the Chandelure thing, and that was too aggro for it. Right. Okay. What do we want?
At least the initial list.
Heads.
Yeah, the okay, you got
first.
it. Okay.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Hang on, gotta change colour.
Well, whilst you change colour, you can also change your cards.
Objection.
Take your card. Objection.
I also
Fighting, huh? Right. Okay.
I mean, this is just a Malamar I can pick.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're just doing the run back. Okay.
Yes, because I got 2 decks on me, so I'm putting more effort into them.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Oh man, I would have liked this if I could have kept it. Well, okay, would I have liked it? Possibly. Depends if I start Victini or not.
Well, I have a basic. I'm just thinking on what I'm choosing.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. No, it's all good. I was, like I said, I wasn't entirely sure.
Yep, that is Rainbow Rushes and ladies. So
this is why I'm like, I have built a more serious thing of this today. So if I want to show the Hat Lady thing, but if this doesn't work out, which there's a relatively high chance that it doesn't, is the thing here. But like, if it doesn't work out, then I'll switch. You can obviously keep the same thing off of that, but I'll switch because I've got a better version, if you will. Or what I think is a better version, what should be more consistent. But yeah, I said it during the set description stuff that's got to go up in a bit. This is one of my favourite cards of all time, and I have the actual one in real life here, so I have to play this.
Forget if you have the graded one or not.
I don't have a graded one, no. I have this exact artwork one as a present for my brother, so I have one copy of it IRL.
Viridian Forest.
Mm-hmm. Viridian's a weird one because it's like, I kind of like that. It's a thing, but...
Yeah, I think I do.
Everyone likes Viridian Forest.
Well, I see birds this time for bloody sure.
Yes.
So I do think I was going to bench Tinachomp.
I wasn't intending on bringing birds because that's Cal's thing.
Let's dice on it.
Weird Keldeo thing, however, that looked interesting, yes.
Yeah, this deck doesn't beat Keldeo.
Viridian, do a deck check.
I have exactly one thing that can even damage Keldeo for more than 20 in here, and so it's not nearly good enough.
Oh, there is something other than the flare then.
Yeah, there's one other thing. Good luck finding it in time, but there is one other thing.
Fair.
I don't exactly have a lot of space to put consistency here. Yep.
And Lily for 7.
Okay.
He's too tired to use a board though.
But that's what the board is for.
This card is yeah, it's got
He just rolls downhill, does he?
No, the board is literally has rockets on it. Like, well, okay, you can't see it. Can't see it behind the badge. Well, it's supposed to be automatic, right? This kind of thing. Yeah, this one doesn't exactly have him because it's behind the badge because it's the date. But if you see the normal artwork,
empty bench, bit of Rinke.
Yep. If you see the normal artwork for this, it actually does have rockets that are firing at the time.
Yep. And just pass it there.
Okay, we will draw. Right, so a lot is going to depend on whether this Pokegear actually hits something that I need here, but we will see. That is good enough. We get greens. So we will also do the thing here. Yep, that could just get discarded whilst I'm there. Just a bit of cleanup. So okay, we need green and blue, and I am going to attach and use our good old victory sign over here whilst I'm here as well.
Energy in play.
Yeah, so definitely lightning. It's just weird because it's like I think I probably should get fire. It's like I kind of want to just get like water because it's the more scarce one. But then I'm looking at it going, you have a Viridian in play, I could oh, I know I need these in hand. I can probably just do that for it. Yeah, we're just going to attach to the one, just to be safe here.
Okay.
Hey, Fuzzy.
Attach a fighting to Tinachomp.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's such a catch-22 spot because I want to attach them to different mons, but then if I don't hit enough, then I can't attack anyway. But if I do attach them to the same thing, I could get just GG ended here, but you know, what am I supposed to do, right?
At least, like, if in my position, GGN is an option, but it's also leaving it to victory sign again.
Yeah, I could just attach again, right? So, you know.
And at least killing this gives me a prize.
Yeah.
Pecom, shuffle in a Tinachomp.
Yep.
Search a Malamar. This series treasure. Discard a spell tag.
Yep.
Search a Mew.
Yep.
Oh.
That by itself is GG, but yep. Well, it might as well be here.
Malamar.
Again, to be honest, you going first was GG here for this with what we've got, but that's fine.
Go in and kill the Victini.
Yep. Alright, we'll draw. Well, I mean, I have it, so we'll fire them off. Looks at the top 12, and any energy we find there, we can go ahead and bring out. This is the thing, I only get 2, so yeah, this game is over.
You get set up, but no, it wasn't.
No, if I needed more than that, because like I have the water here, which is fine, so I do get to attack. But the problem is I don't have anything else to do, like, after this, right? So, we have already lost, to be honest. But we'll see. I am just going to throw the labs down as much as I want the energy. I want you to have to get another stadium first, and we'll hit for 210 with Trinity Burn.
Yep.
Well, I would Sky Legends, but somebody put the stuff down, and I also just lose to GGN at that point, so, you know.
Well, I have the stadium.
Yeah. Well, at least it forced another one out of you. Because I don't really, honestly, I don't think the labs is really that good in this exact spot, so like I'm not fussed about that, it's more just get the extra thing out of it.
Ready for 4.
Yeah. You'd have probably just discarded the stadium for an energy anyway if I didn't thing it, so like, whatever.
Yeah.
Would have been the same thing, just you'd have gotten to thin the deck first, which is,
Use Viridian, discard Lily.
Mm-hmm.
Find a Psychic. Attach it to Esper. Bench Jirachi. I'm gonna have to climb a slash for 160.
Yep. Okay. See if we get anything useful. It's an energy, so we can get one down. Again, I think I'm in the same boat. I think I have to just attack here, so we'll just Trinity Burn for the KO.
Malamar to the Esper. Oh, it's benched.
It's benched only, yeah.
Tap, Rachi. Don't want to tap first. Hang on. Don't panic. Don't panic. Yes, want to tap first. Hand.
Yeah.
Oh. Fail, sir.
Okay.
Is it having a fitful sleep?
Tossing and turning.
This is free retreat. I could do it in case I find it. Hard switch.
Okay.
Very unlikely, but use the Viridian, discard Rachi. We'll plant the Psychic and hard attach it.
Yeah, because that was Malamar.
This is playing to the double catcher.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yep. That's what I was thinking was coming here.
Yeah, I didn't expect it, I'll be honest.
I would have been complaining if you'd have gotten
You would have been especially, yeah, considering.
We did hit a Malamar though.
Okay.
And an MT, discard Giratina.
Yep.
Give a Giratina. Giratina to the bench.
Yep.
Paying
Uh-huh.
new Malamar to it. Spell tag on the Giratina. Switch into it and pass.
Yeah, okay. I can see the idea. Right, I think I'm gonna use that Viridian. We'll pitch a fire here.
Yeah.
Grab ourselves out the water. My 3 remaining prizes are the exact 3 cards that I need to actually do fucking anything here, which is kind of ridiculous to be honest. So that has to go down. Yeah, it's so frustrating to be honest, because I have like the exact 3 wrong prizes here to ding in, because like I'm pretty sure one of them is a I'm sure I swapped this around. One of them's a stadium. Maybe it's not actually the right one. Because I know I had labs available. Like I did put a second one in, and I'm pretty sure that's in here. And both of one of the ladies are in there as well. So even getting a second thing set up might be a bit awkward here. It's like the worst case scenario for stuff at the moment. That said, I think I can still hit this down before you get enough prizes out right now. At least the way this is currently set up. Misty's Favor. Like, I think I might still be able to get this just in time, is the thing. Yeah, this is definitely...
I'm not about it, but I've been getting a lot of duds off my supporters, so...
Yeah, this is definitely the altered. Yeah, no, I can say for sure this is definitely the altered list because I don't have Super Scoop up in my deck. So, yeah, that's the thing I had to cut in order to make stuff work out here. So this is definitely the right list. It is a labs in here, which is really fucking annoying. Because yeah, I could have been going for that this turn and would have been pretty good, but instead we have to get these jugs. I could get greens, but I literally don't think there's really anything in. No? Is there something in deck I could do with greens? Probably, actually. Yeah, let's get a greens instead, because I think there is something still in deck that I can use greens for that would make sense. So we'll get that. And unfortunately, I think I do just kind of have to, again, swing straight into this as much as I don't want to, so we will Trinity Burn, because Sky Legends doesn't do it.
I just think it's worth putting a counter on the active here in case I can. That puts in Tina range.
That's why I don't like the fact that I have to do this. But you know, once again, that pink bastard's on the bench there. So otherwise, this would have been a Sky Legends turn, and I would have won the game. So
yeah, put 1 on the active, 3 on the bench.
That's what I was thinking as well. Yep.
Yeah, I just think it was worth getting potential higher Kinesis numbers. That is something that's on my mind at the moment. Oh, there you show. Oh, why did I go into... Oh, I auto-piloted. That's not the plan. I auto-piloted.
Oh, did you want to go Jirachi?
Yeah, I've already drawn, so I'm not... And my draw actually matters for this.
Yeah, okay then, fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm not gonna
Sorry then.
You. Yeah. Because I was thinking about counters. It's okay, that was a thing, because... plan for this turn? Because I did actually have a hard switch in hand. Spoilers.
Hmm.
Could still go for it. It's just suboptimal. Yeah, I still go for it. It's just suboptimal. So I can just retreat into that next thingy. That's fine. Actually, what's so yeah. Puts 1 on it. God. Oh yeah, count what you want.
Yeah, I've pinged it.
Actually, it's take a second to breathe, I think, during the Viridian. Can we discard a Tina for it?
Yep.
Take a second to breathe. Get another Psychic. Tap the Archie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a mockery of a bloody draw.
Sounds about right.
The custom catcher.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Yeah, we've Viridianed, so...
Yeah. I guess I have. So I had the hard switch.
Yep.
Does anyone even win from there to do that? I've got no better play. I hope you whiff a bunch. Yeah, I gotta hope you whiff, basically. Because I do have a reset stamp to 2 here.
That's game. Yep. Fucking reset stamp. Yep.
Attach manually. And here Kinesis the bench.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it's not game
I
then.
don't actually have a way of attacking with Giratina this turn. Because all my energy's stuck on the Esper.
Yeah, which means I win then, because there's no way you're going to survive 2/2/10s here, right?
Yeah, so I think you have to whip energy on my... Oh, that's a Viridian in play.
Yeah, you've left Viridian in play.
Yeah, it's like...
I was like...
That was what annoyed me. My top deck was a skateboard. If I took back Rachi switch and then a skateboard off the top deck, you would have been livid for very good reasons.
I can understand that, yeah. Yeah, so I got Lysander Labs off of that prize, and I was tudding at that quite a bit because, of course, my last 2 prizes were the 2 ladies. So that was where it's so, like... Okay, my hand before I had like Misty's, I had Coach Trainer in the hand is the one thing you didn't see, so like if I had Lysander in deck I could have been digging towards getting Coach Trainer and nullified your spell tag, right? At that point I think I'm safe because I don't think there's really much of anything you can do that would be devastating enough to get me if I don't take spell tag there.
Start from my end, because yeah, just bad supporter draws really, just support a clog, just a lot of nothing. Spell tags with no psychics that I want to get killed.
Yep. Naturally, Reset Stamp is an absolute fatalistic blow for this deck, unfortunately, but there's not much I can do about that. Sometimes it comes up. But if you hadn't have Reset Stamped me in either of those 2 turns, I would have had a Hat Lady for the finale turn there, because you saw I had greens, obviously, because I picked that up before. Yeah. This is a reshuffled one, but like you saw I had it. So that greens turn was going to be the Hat Lady I didn't take the previous turn, and Cherish Ball. Because Cherish Ball gets me another bird out. I had the way of attacking because I had an energy in hand even without this. So then Sky Legends picks up the KO on this guy. And then I already have a clean bird. I have one that's got enough energy to like threaten at that point, this thing, which is also not Giratina killable. And I pick up one of my guaranteed 2 Morgans here so I can go for the hit.
And there's that other art for Sai he was asking about.
Yep. Has the Jets on the bomb.
Yeah. See it in this shop, but it's not obvious.
Yeah.
It's a art skateboard.
Yeah, I will be completely honest with, like, I did not think that was going to go anywhere close to a thing, like, after
I'm noticing a mistake I'm commonly making here is overloading a card before I need it and running myself out of energy.
Yeah, that's understandable.
That's a skill issue. I'm saying that just don't admit it. I'm skill issue. That's...
Yeah, but I mean, it's understandable. It's something that yeah, we can work on with a bit, but it's something that you pick up, and as you have picked up with a deck like this, you're going, well, I could be more careful of that in, you know, if I was to play this further, which this deck doesn't go anywhere too drastic. Like, I know ADP is a thing, but it doesn't go away next set. it gets more tools next set, if anything.
I don't want to play this forever.
Yeah.
There are other Malamar decks, but I don't want to hog it. And
I know. I already have a more single pricing build that I would play next set anyway, with the different support in there. So yeah, to demonstrate, this is what I was meaning as like the one thing I have that can hit Hooper, not Hooper, the one thing I can hit Keldeo with. It's not good enough, but you know, it's not meant to beat Keldeo because that wasn't a card that was played very much. So whatever. Yeah, this of course uses the Hat Lady combo that we've had since like what, Team Up, and there's never really been a good enough excuse to use it, partly because we haven't had a good enough amount of stuff to search it, more also we just didn't have a solid enough deck for it. Unify Minds brought a ton of cards that would benefit the stuff here. The first one is the Dark Engine, obviously. There's 2 very good new Dark tag teams that can use the stuff here as well, and that's like great. You really need a ton of energy for them, so that works out. Obviously this is a pretty big one because it takes 3 different types of energy. That can be a bit awkward for the ladies because I only hit 2 fire right off of it, so sometimes that gets a bit weird, but that's what Rainbow Brush is for. Another card that we basically never see anywhere else, but it lets you swap your energy stuff around. We had a Smeargle that did this once, actually, and it's I think it might have seen some fringe use in dual color decks, because it was pretty neat. But the other thing is that Unified Minds gives us Misty's Favor, which doesn't end the turn critically when you do the stuff here. So it effectively does what Steven's Resolve would do for you, searches out 3 Hat Ladies, but you get to keep the rest of your turn, which means I can use Victini to accelerate, or in the Dark version you can use Hooper as a double comp search to end the turn as well. In something like the Ray build that I have, you could still attack with a Ray if you've already got that set, or like use Zeraora's GX attack or something. So it lets you keep playing, which is so important in compared to what Stevens does. Yeah, Stevens can get other cards, and sometimes that does help a bit more, but you need to be able to do these support attacks as well. This deck won't function without actually having something else going there. If I didn't hit the Victini in the first turn with it, I'd have been too far down in the attaches for that Hat Lady to work, right? Individually they do some stuff, but they're usually irrelevant because they have to rely on opponents having a correct stage of evolution in play as they're active. So like Nita puts an energy on top of their deck. That's annoying, but not like amazing, to be honest. Evelyn's pretty good if they have a stage 1. Draw 4 is nice, but when are you seeing a stage 1 inactive in this format most of the time? And Dana is only if there's a stage 2, so definitely never seen play, but it is a double comp search, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, like if you get her off, she's amazing, but
yeah,
it's just bullying at that point. They're playing a stage 2 deck. Go easy on them.
Yeah, and as we said, Morgan, you have to play all 4 of them at the same time for it, but you look at the top 12 of your deck, and any energy, not just basics by the way, any energy cards you find there.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah.
Why not play Rainbow?
Because the damage counters sometimes matter. Is probably the easiest way of putting it. The damage math can be very particular at times here, and even
the floor to some units, like these 3 could be unit fire water.
Maybe, but it's still. Well, I mean, then the other problem is Victini can only search basic energy, so sometimes you might get weirded out with that. It's like, yeah, you could. That might be fine, but I think I want it. I probably at some point there was an energy spinner in here as a one-off as well, right? Because you could greens for the spinner, so that might have been a thing. I did make 2 changes from my old list I had saved. I used to play 2 Super Scoop Up in here because they are actually really solid with the bird, but I think having a little bit more post Hat Lady game was a better thing, so I put a 3rd Cherish Ball and the 2nd Coach Trainer in instead. That was about the best spaces I could find for stuff there, to be honest. And I subbed out one of the power plants for the Lysander Labs. Like, this was the other thing I could hit Keldeo with, is I did have two power plant in here. And in the quote-unquote serious build that I built of this today, that if this completely failed I would have done instead, I have 2 of each. Because I think power plant is actually important in here, but also Lysander Labs is probably more important for dealing with a bunch of dumb crap that comes in. Yeah, so I built the welder sort of thing with it instead, because welder with 2 of these going onto the bird is pretty good. So yeah, this would have been what I brought out if that game just didn't go anywhere, right? Because I really wanted to show the Hat Lady thing off, since it is a very funny thing to do, but it is inherently extremely bricky. My opening hand there was like 1 lady and 1 Pokegear, and that was it. And then I drew the second one for turn, and the Pokegear happened to hit the greens. I was like, this is good enough. It's not where I want to be. I'd have rather drawn the Misties, but it's good enough. We can actually do it. So that's why I was like, we're just going to play this and see what happens. You know? It's very silly. But yeah, this one's kind of neat. I mean, it's got the Cryogonal, so you can blare at me as much of that as possible. But to be fair, I think this is a reasonable enough light. If you can't start Victini, this is probably the 5th card you would want in the opener. Because Frozen Lock is actually pretty solid, as you can see. I mean, we've got energy spinners for the greens and stuff in here as well, so getting to it shouldn't be that bad. Stopping the opponent from setting up as quickly so you can actually get yourself going is something as old as time in the game, right? So, like, yeah, it's gonna happen sometimes. Boo me if you want, but whatever. It comes up. And, yeah, other than that, it's a more consistent way of getting them set up, but it isn't as explosive. You're not going to get a 6 energy Hat Lady combo off with this deck, obviously. Because sometimes you will just get that where it's just, we only saw 2 this time, but I have had like 6 energy off of this before, and just be like, well, now I've got 2 of these set up for free, you know? So, this one doesn't do that, but it trades that for the consistency of going, well, now, like, Victini is really good at setting these in the opening, Welder is really strong to get them charged up after that, and it means you can more easily do, like, a Sky Return thing here, or Sky Legends. It's not Sky Return, it's not a Shaman. They have wings, though, so I guess it still kind of works, but, yeah, Sky Legends...
More energy on this to shuffle it back into the deck and do 30 damage.
Yeah, basically. Sky Legends is a ridiculous effect, though. Like, yeah, only shuffle it back into the deck if you only have 1 energy, but if you can pay for Trinity Burn, if you didn't put the Mew down in that game, you're 100% dead, like, every time, right? You could see it from the board.
Yeah. Like,
it's like...
There's a reason it's in here. It's not Pika wrong, but it helps there, too.
Yeah. So one of the other things I can't do with the Hat Ladies, because there's just so much space dedicated to that, is play Custom Catcher, which is something the more serious build would be able to do, because I can just greens for double custom, kill the Mew, you have no recovery for said Mew, so good luck killing a 300 HP thing in 1 turn. Yeah, it's called Brock's Grit.
Playable recovery?
Yeah, it's called Brock's Grit.
I know it's playable, I'm just joking around, but...
Yeah, but like for real, it's like you only have the 1, there's no thingy for it, so if I take it out with a Custom Catcher, then I can just Sky Legends or the Malamar's next turn, and then what, right? Because it's all good and problem. It's like, yeah, you got an attacker, but good luck killing 300 HP in one shot, right? Even with your best hit, it's not happening. So Tina also can't hit the active one, so if that's not already got a damage counter on it, and it needs 6 damage counters for this to actually be super effective. It's like, yeah, you need 6 counters for this to actually get the kill from there. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. It's like, good luck from that, right? So yeah, Sky Legends is ridiculous. It also helps against other tag teams, like if you're playing against, say, a green, maybe like the green stuff, if they don't, like, if they spam the Great Potions out, because Trinity Burn does 210, right? So you have a total of 320 damage across 2 attacks with this thing. That is not the easiest for them to, like, fully recover against, right? You can just win the game in 3 attacks against tag teams. If you hit 2 different ones with Trinity Burn and then Sky Legends them, keep calling it Sky Return because that's the one we actually used. But, you know, if you just Legends hit it from there, then you can win that way. And if they do overheal it, well, Trinity Burn still kills it. That's 420 damage. You're not healing that off of even the tag teams, right? So, what, you gotta have like 2 Great Potions and the Mixed Herb or something to get most of the way there? That seems unlikely, you know? So, yeah, it can be kind of ridiculous to how much damage this can do. The problem, of course, is just setting it up, which is, yeah, the challenge that we faced here. But, yeah, there was a lot of experimentation on ladder, as you can imagine, with stuff this way. There's a lot of meme stuff coming out. I did a lot of fun things with this. I've got like 3 different builds in the end that played this. Not this exact like setup, but the Hat Lady engine in general. And it's very funny. That's what I can say with it. I mean, I played Togekiss with the Ho-Oh thing in the past, right? This is basically just the same thing, but on a trainer setup instead of the stage 2, right? No wonder I liked that deck so much in retrospect, because, you know, it's basically just this. Good times, good times. Yeah. The Malamar stuff is pretty good, though. Like, it isn't always the most consistent, as unfortunately we did see. It's funny that I was saying in the Discord and stuff of like, I don't know how you manage to keep doing it every time with this stuff here, because I've been having a lot of trouble with that today. I think it kind of like came back a bit there, huh? To be like, okay, you know, maybe the variance is a little bit, you know, both-sided. Right. Did you want to play Sai, or did you want to show the Pika Arm stuff, Pepper, or what's up?
I'm gonna let Sai choose, because we only have 1 game so far.
I'm fine with playing, yes.
Okay.
Let's see what should we grab. This should get onto a video, I think.
I'll let you bring something up. Carl, I think I know what this is. Find a nice meme. Find it.
Yeah. Well, I know what I want to do, but if it's gonna be a silly thing, then I should probably not do that.
Yeah,
this is silly. That puts us in a weird spot then, doesn't it? Okay, you know what? This will probably be the best bet then. I can bring that next time around. And change. Alrighty then. See what we can do.
And pets, please.
I will go first here, I think. We will draw. Okay, this is a hand of all time, alright. So, yeah, I figured this was what it was going to be. I was going to do the Mewtwo V stuff, and I was like, it's probably a bad idea into this for reasons. Not because of it being weak to fire, but more because, like, I can just kill this within, like, 2 turns, right? So, I think this is probably better. We'll see, though. Have the Honedge. We have a Pokegear. So we will fire that. 2 options. Let's go for Cynthia. We'll get the safe one here. So do that. I should probably have a marker down for ice and stuff. I'll get that at the end of the turn. Have a recycle energy. It feels weird not just playing every item that we have here, but I think I'll just Cynthia because I kind of don't want to waste those right now. I might need them in a minute anyway once everything's said and done here. Wow, this is hands of all time going on in the moment. It's fine. We have a Judge Whistle, so we will draw a card off of that. And fire the second one to just get the draw there. It doesn't affect you anyway here, and I'm not sure if I'm worried about your stadium stuff entirely, so I'm just going to throw the Shrine down just to get it out of my hand here. And with 3 in the discard, that is turn end.
That might already be a problem. Green's Exploration.
Yep. Well, I mean, I don't currently have a way of getting to the slash, but we'll see. Yep.
Ecom and Charizard?
Charizard, yep. Makes sense. Ah, okay. The, yeah, don't have it, please.
Find a friend?
Yep. Wait, can't you just... Hold up, can't you just get a Litwick down and then find the Lampent?
Oh.
Search your deck for a fire Pokemon. Yeah, just do it that way.
It's a hand. Okay. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So bench the Litwick with the Pecom, and then find the Lampent with the find a friend. Same difference, but it just means you don't get benched. So in case the worst happens here, because it's always possible. Not sure if it's going to happen, but we'll see. So we'll Pokegear. Oh, I would have had it too. No, that would have been really bad though. I'd have had to discard 2 of them. I think it's... it sucks, because I have a Harpoo in hand and it would have been able to get me there, but there are 2 Aegislash in the top 6 of this, and that would have been incredibly bad on my resources. So I'm probably grateful I didn't do that. We're not going to get anything off of this one. There's a supporter in there that I don't need, so... Okay, yeah, so it's how many can I afford to not draw here? We're going to put the Recycle Energy down. So I need Dubs and the Duskstone off of this if I want to get the thing. I think I am just going to Lily draw 4 here. It's like I really want to go more aggressive, but I think this is safest. We were close, but didn't quite get there. So do I have to hope that you don't get the thing now? Well, I know you have Lampent, and I know you searched the Duststone, so we're going to force a reset on this to make sure that we can at least attempt. Yeah, it's like, I think reset stamp, since I've drawn it here, is like, that's got to happen. We're going to Pokecom the Honedge. I'm going to grab the Doublade, but I think I have to evolve a benched guy here. Because right now I can't get this back that easily, so I think it has to go here. Because I don't have anything else to do. So 6 items there in the discard, we will have to pass at that. Well, I mean I can hit for 10, but I guess it's fine. Slashing color for 10. Like, whoop-de-doo, right?
Pecom, Chandelure.
Yep. Yep.
Build analysis.
Oh, yeah, okay. So we've got to dig it from this one.
We don't get it.
Okay. Just the one? Okay.
Oh wait, this is 2.
You have just shuffled in though, yeah.
Fine, yeah.
Oh, 2 greens? Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, we're in the same sort of spot with it now. I mean, I guess if you evolve the bench one, you could just find the Chandelure, right? Because you still get there. Yeah, you still get there. We just, neither of us hit the Duststone turn 2, so, you know. Yeah, this gets there. It just probably doesn't get there the way you want, but, I mean, gotta deal with that sometimes. Well, shit. See, now this is... I don't think it is that much of a problem, because the other one has a 2 retreat, but we used to play the 50 HP Honedge in here for the final hour ability. That one had 1 less retreat, so like, with the way this is set now, because I, again, would have expected myself to die last turn, Now I still need the same thing again, and my hand is still just as bad for it as it was before, so... I think I have to Cynthia, but this is so weird, because it's like, I want to Hapu so badly there, but I just don't trust that I'm gonna hit.
I think it's too destructive.
Yeah. Well, it's close. I can get one on the bench, that's like something. This guy also has a free energy retreat. He's a fat bastard. Wow. Okay, we're gonna Pecom in Honedge. This is the first time I'm actually getting a deck search here, so I should probably do that. All of my stuff has been dig so far, like look at the top 7, etc. Yeah, so Aegislash definitely comes out. That much is for sure. I prized 1 Duststone. That might be part of why I've not hit it. 2 of those prized as well. That's kind of annoying. Okay. So this goes down there, that is for sure. And then we're gonna Acrobike to try and find it that way. Nope. Yeah, okay. Discard a Judge Whistle, that goes into hand. These are also discarded. I guess we're gonna go like that then. So I can still do the same thing, and I'm still just gonna slash and cutter for the 10 because I'm at as well. I am at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm at 9 at the moment, so for anyone's wondering why I'm counting that way, yep, Aegislash does 10 damage for each item that I have, so up to 130. Great. Yep. Annoyingly, this is 10 short of KOing Chandelure, but you know, it happens. Yep.
Pecom, I'm going to put in Charizard.
Yep. This has been very slow by both of these deck standards, I'll be honest. We usually are expecting to be killing each other a turn earlier than this, so...
Well, it's going to grab a Chandelure from the stone.
Yep. Yep, so the Pecom gets the Lampent, the Duststone immediately gets to evolve into the Chandelure, so yeah, just grab the 2. I didn't brick, I just didn't quite get there, right?
And let's pull the lever, Kronk.
Yep. So, discard the top 5, 60 for each Pokemon discarded that way. And you can put any of them that you want onto the bench if they're fire types. That is an extremely dead Honedge here, and I do get the recycle energy back. But yeah, that's a prize taken. One very, very dead dude. So, yeah. Rip-a-doodles. Okay. Well...
Only had graduated to a Breath of the Wild sword.
Your slightly less durable blade broke. Okay, so the annoying thing now is I might still not get there, because I only have 9 items in the discard at the moment, so I still have work to do, which is frustrating. We do have an Aegislash. I have a spell tag, which is great, but doesn't actually, like, you know, contribute to the thing down the bottom yet. Recycle energy down on the bench, and Cynthia is the last card in hand. Really hoping to get a lot off of that, to be fair. This game sometimes, man. There's all the Duststones. I think that's okay though, because this guy's been down for a turn anyway, right? So... Because I played this at the end of last turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can actually go ahead and Duststone here. Oh, you know the funny thing? I could fail... I've got 2 of them. I can fail the first one and still get the second one, right? Because if I just get it off the first one, then I can't evolve, right? Again, I can't play the other one. So I'll fail one and then get it off the second one to up the count here. Because that's actually important to get me there, because Acrobike is the last bit and I need to get to 12. Because I need 12. Ah, okay, I'm going to get to 13 after this because fuck you game, but whatever. It's fine. I no longer need to count any further. So this goes into hand. Energy has been played this turn. So yeah, it caps out at 130, but that is what we need here. So Trash Slash for 130 to get the KO.
Okay.
a bit weird seeing 3 Aegislash on my side of the field at the same time, but like, that's sometimes how it goes, right? It's actually a bit of a problem, because it means I can't play all this stuff down again immediately, but whatever.
Firestarter?
Yep, big rooms on the outside as well. Yeah, that's going to be a thing as well, isn't it? So we didn't get to see, we didn't get to say what the stuff does here. So like, I mean, the Charizard's the attacker, that much is obvious. The Blaziken gets to accelerate kind of like Malamar does, fire energy from the discard to one of your bench, and the Incineroar gives you plus 30 damage on everything, which I don't think matters for any math here, but it's funny nonetheless.
Alright, let's pull the lever again.
Yep. Spirit Burner. Oh, rip. Oh, well, I mean, technically it does matter then, because you do 40, right? So, sure. Yep. Well, I mean, we hit 4 the last time, so I guess it's just the way. So the problem is I can't kill this in one hit, because my damage is hard capped, right? Like, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, because I do get to just spell tag do stuff, but yeah, when your dudes are big enough that I can't kill them in one hit, there may be issues. I do have another recycle energy. This hand is just like super weird or like this game has been super weird, I should say. Got another spell tag, so we will throw that down, and I'm gonna Lily for the 4 here. Okay. Honedge can go down. How many? We got 25. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to look and see, like, is there any better option than just hitting the active? And nothing dies, so, like, what's the point? Yeah, I'm just gonna Trash Slash for 130. If it didn't I wonder if this deck would have actually been playable if this didn't hard cap.
Build analysis.
Yep. Brock script, that's what you'd hope for at this point. Please don't discard any more. Please don't discard any more of the deck. That's the. Yup.
Firestarter.
Yeah, I imagine we probably want to get that going as well, because that damage might matter.
And Spirit Burner.
Yep.
I'm just gonna make sure that's shuffled.
So this time, if you hit any Pokemon, then it goes down. What? Jeez, this deck, dude. Sometimes it's just like it does not want to cooperate. All right, we will draw. This is pretty like indicative of stuff that we've had this entire time as well. I think it's just sometimes this deck just does not want to cooperate with you. Treasure, pitching, Duskstone. I do still. I mean, I have this guy. I wonder if I should get the other thing, actually. I'm just trying to work out if that spread damage from Blaziken actually matters at any point here. It probably doesn't, but I mean, I guess...
It makes Flamethrower kill.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, because I don't think I need the Doublade this turn. I'm going to grab the Mew. This is in for different matchups, naturally, because Pikarom is really bad if you don't play that, but yeah. The thing is, I really don't want to hit this anymore, because it's not really, like, I could spell tag that down. I'm going to custom catch it in the, probably the Zard here, makes sense. Yeah, I don't really want to dig any further. I'm just going to Trash Slash here for the 130.
Pokegear 3.0.
Yep.
Nothing I can grab.
Okay. Also, yeah, those 2 Brocks that are in hand are the only 2 that we have left because of the silly Chandelure. Okay.
a retreat.
Yep.
Fire starter.
Mm-hmm.
I should.
Yep.
Rock Grit. Those 4 Pokemon there.
Yep, so we get Chandelure plus that, and then that means 2 fire energy, right? Unless there's any others that we didn't see.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's all the all the stuff
going
going
in
in.
the pile.
Right. Just, cool.
That increases our odds here. Spirit Burner. Oh wait, no, that's too many.
Ah, yeah, 7 you had. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. We effectively shuffled from the box grid, so... Okay. Sketch, but it does hit. Yeah, we do. Right, so this guy is very, very dead.
Just wondering if I keep the...
Yeah, that's fair. Right, so this guy is very dead, but so is going to be the other bit. So I think we put the 1 on the... Oh, actually no, 1 doesn't matter here. We put the 1 on the Chandelure, and then the rest of them is free damage counters to get KOs, right? So, and then because of the durable blade, Aegislash and all of its stuff... Well, its stuff gets discarded, but recycle energy doesn't care about that. All of this goes back into my hand. This guy is going down as well because there's one spare. So two Zard puts it at 150. The 1 here is excess, and the 4th counter goes here to bring me in. So 2 prizes there. Yeah, I think it is you that has to be first because you're turn player. So yeah. All right, and we will draw. Yeah, once we eventually, like 10 years later, get set up, this deck is actually kind of neat. But you know, we had a bit of a moment here. So we'll get the blade, do that. I don't know if these even matter at this point, considering I already have another one up, but whatever. Treasure pitching the Pokémon. So we do have another one of these, although I don't think I'm going to get to use it at any point. I just don't want it in the deck anymore. Recycle energy down here, and not much else to it but to just swing. So yeah, 130 go down.
Okay, here.
Yep.
Yeah, we do want to thin those out.
Yep.
Problem is, I think I can't catch up because of the tags.
The tags, I think, are the problem here, yeah.
Fire starter?
Yep.
Rock Grit?
Yep.
You sure you want to... Was that a manual attack with Incineroar?
It was. I think the Chandelure is attacking this turn is the thing, because Blaziken can't kill and I have Mew to prevent the bench damage. So I don't think he wants to hit with the thing here. Yep, so all of that going back in.
Retreat is an option.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's got the 2 energy retreat cost, so it can go in. Yeah.
Yeah, Spirit Burner.
Yep, I've got the 5 for you there. Yeah, that's pretty dead. Makago would have been nice before as well. Yeah, so same bit again. Well, we definitely...
Silver because I'm out of energy.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's fair. Because we definitely put 2
I'm
there.
fairly sure I'm out of energy. I have 1 left.
1 left,
so
yeah.
It would be discarded next turn.
Yeah. I think here we just go 2 and 2, right? Because, yeah.
This is awful.
That is pretty bad, yeah. Double Lampent prized is rough. I had double Spell Tag prized and I was kind of worried about that going through, but Yeah, that's awful, as you say. I mean, okay, I know it wasn't super explosive with a bit, but at least we got to see it do something. That is, honestly, more than we have seen in testing. I know it whiffed twice entirely, so that is kind of rough too, but that first hit was better than anything we have seen in testing, I think.
The only thing that would have been better is if I got the Macargo.
Yes. Yeah.
If I can get... This is actually something I've been thinking, is to cut down the Zards, up the Macargo.
Cutting down Zards.
Well, you see, if I have Macargo, I can go get whatever I want that I need to be dumped.
Yeah, you could only...
I always have a minimum hit.
You can
Is
realistically...
that not more important?
Well, you can only use one cargo at a time, realistically, because it does shuffle the
But I
rest
also
of the
don't
deck.
have to put them down.
Yeah... I mean, a third one might be okay instead of one of the Zards, but I feel like you do kind of... Like, the Zard is the transition attacker, right? You don't want to be using Chandelure every turn all the time, because, I mean, even with the Box Grit in the deck, it's going to deck you out, right? I can understand the need to get this in play for what you're wanting to do. I'm just not sure if 4 of them is really the way over trading it, because like what else are you attacking with in here? It's literally supposed to be anyway. Literally just the Chandelure and eventually the Charizard if you get it in play. Nothing else is really worth attacking with. A Blaziken can be, but like it's
Incineroar
not
can
much.
do up to 150, I think.
No, because they don't stack.
How much is burn?
Burn is 20, so
Okay, so
140,
which is fine.
It's alright, yeah. Like, if you have to, that is not completely unreasonable. Just, like, you know, Zard is gonna hit 180 minimum before you count the other stuff,
I don't think I'm ever
right?
getting Fire Spin off.
No, I don't think Delphox
But the
is
burn
ever...
is nice.
Yeah, I don't think Delphox is ever attacking. It's too expensive. Yeah, so we saw most of what this can do here. The only thing we missed is the Macargo, obviously, but the idea, of course, the Spirit Burner lets you discard the top 5 of the deck and do a ton of damage if you can hit the Pokemon, and for any fire Pokemon that get discarded, they also can go on the bench.
If I had hit during those 2 turns, it probably would have went more in my favor. It's just you got so much more out of it.
Yeah, if you'd have hit one Pokemon across those 2 turns, you would have had an extra knockout compared to what you had, so we'd have been at least 1 prize closer for the stuff there. The thing, I guess, if you had hit any turns sooner, the spell tag would have triggered earlier, but like that's still something you can manage. But yeah, like because you can get non-basic fire Pokemon here as well, we've got stuff like the Macargo to get the deck consistency up a bit. Like Smooth Over is really good. The Charizard is the main attacker once you've done 1 or 2 hits with the Chandelure, because it can do potentially it does less damage, but like it does it more consistently, especially when you've got Box Grit available. Like this is another thing to easily trade up with. The Blaziken isn't meant to attack, but it does fuel the Charizard to do more damage, which is good. And sometimes that attack does matter. Like, this isn't an awful hit, right? If Mew's not in play. Like, if I didn't bench it, you probably could have swung with that and been, yeah, in a reasonable spot.
Position.
Yeah, because then your cheaper attacks can actually take stuff as well. Like, Incineroar doesn't do much damage, but it does give you a 30 damage buff, so your other hits can be that much harder. And it's the only reason he did any damage during those discard turns, as funny as that is to say. And the Delphox can also burn, which is cute, I suppose. It's fine. This is to me the weakest link in here, but that pains me to say because I love Delphox.
It's a plus par.
Yeah,
it's reusable.
It's a 20 damage buff, which sometimes is important to have. So it's not bad, it's just not as good as the rest of the stuff, right? But if you do hit these, like, this is respectable, you know? Get a lot of output extra off of that, so it's fine. Naturally, RNG is a huge annoyance for this deck, as we plainly see, but again, I still think overall you hit more than you did in practice stuff with this. Well, I think we've got it to the point where it's at least potentially doable, which is more than I can say for
absolutely
Jimmy's
something that isn't really going to win, but if you show up, you're probably going to have at least some eyebrows raised.
Yeah, you could take this to locals and have the time of your life playing this sort of thing, right? That's not a bad place for a deck to be per se. It's a fun thing to have around, and the fact of Duststone lets you just go. You don't have to play Red Candy in here because you search the thing out of the deck instead. That is pretty cool, to be honest with you. Duststone is not the type of card that we see very often in the thing here, and it's funny that we just. I mean, I obviously picked this knowing effectively what you're thinking in, because I thought there's not going to be much that's like. I wouldn't say better in tier. It's like there's not going to be much that I want to play through this that would be. I guess it could
on a similar tier.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way of putting it. Because like this deck isn't bad either, but oh god, does it have some issues sometimes. Funnily enough, the issue that I normally have was not here this time. That was the opposite thing, right? Because I had energy for days.
Yeah, you find your energy. Normally you're starved.
So, yeah, like this deck is kind of a side grade to Malamar in a way, the single prize Malamar specifically, because it does the same damage as the Giratina, does it for less energy, but so you don't have to have the Malamars in play, but it is also a bit kind of more awkward to get out initially, because you do have to like evolve through. But it recovers itself. It's got an inbuilt splash energy or rescue scarf, that sort of thing, and just picks itself up again. And that is really powerful with a 1 colorless energy attack in the same set that Princess Recycle energy again. So once you get this in play, it just keeps coming back, and it never goes away, which is basically what Giratina does, right? It just
it also throws damage on whenever it comes back.
Yes.
You thought that was okay for a single prizer?
Yeah, I know, exactly. But yeah, like with the idea being we have basically every speed item that we possibly can within this thing here. We've got 4 Acrobite, we've even got Judge Whistle. Without the Judge itself, I tried to play it, it was bad. I wanted more disruption, but the draw 4 for myself was just not good enough. So I cut that. But like it's an upstart goblin without the give you life points, so that's obviously fine. And yeah, we've got a decent amount of like heavy draw with the supported stuff in here. Hapu was something I introduced into the deck because as much as I don't like sometimes to discard 4 a bit, and god it would have bit me in the ass if I did it early in that game. The dig 6 to get towards the energy is better than like any other supported card or item that we can play in this format. We don't have Guzmahala until next set. That would probably be the alternative, because that can get you a special energy, which would be really cool, but we're not there yet, so yeah. Shrine is mostly because your damage otherwise is a bit too weak to deal with some of the tag team stuff, even with the spell tags. Like if Labs goes down to stop the spell tag, as Giratina finds out the hard way sometimes, you just don't really have enough output there. So we really need that extra ping in order to get the 270 HP stuff down. And yeah, I mean, Duststone is really good if you get to play it, as we did eventually see. There is an alternative Hone Edge, as I've said before, that you could play that has an ability that when it gets KO'd by damage, it puts 3 damage counters on one of the opponent's Pokemon, but it has 50 HP, and I was finding that was too much of an issue versus the opponent's spell tags. So I kind of stopped playing that one. So yeah, that's more or less it. Yeah, Mew to protect against Tag Bolt, because otherwise that is too much of an issue. And that's about it, really. It does 130 damage from as early as turn 2, basically every turn that you've got stuff around. It keeps coming back. There's no way of really disrupting that in this format. I don't think there's any ability that I don't think there has been for a while, actually. I don't believe there's an ability lock for evolution non-GX Pokemon, so there's not really any way of disrupting that ability. And the energy is very straightforward. You don't even need all 4 of them, you just need 1. So it's pretty good. Yeah, that's what I've got to say with the deck. It's fun, but not something that's gonna win competitions either, which is why I thought it's a pretty solid thing to go against here. Like, Spell Tag is annoying, and that is the big sort of issue point, but if Spell Tag could be, if you had space to stop it, right, then 140 HP is out of my range. I cap at 130, so that would swing stuff in favor as well. Like, this is a frail Pokemon as well with 130 HP, but very funny given its ability name, right? But, you know, it's fine. You don't really need to worry about that most of the time. But the damage cap is understandable, but also kind of silly, right? I don't even know if this deck would have been good enough if it didn't have that cap, or if the cap was like high enough to two-shot tag teams. I don't even know if this card would have been like tournament played at that stage. So
I have to think it was an expanded thing, because I don't think it's dangerous numbers in standard, but in Trainer Mail VS Seeker format,
yeah,
I see where it would go.
I can kind of understand that. I mean, I'm just trying to think. I guess Wally into Duskstone would be kind of annoying at that stage. Like, maybe you could get it going fast enough. Yeah, I could see it, but even then, I'm just like, I don't know, dude. It seems.
I mean, it would probably be okay just because Expanded is going a little silly at this point now. It has tag teams.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not silly yet, it's going to get silly very quickly when Electrode and V's start working together.
One kind of interesting bit with this deck, and quite a few decks actually, is like next format. Yes, ADP is really bad, obviously, for a lot of these things. But one of the cool things is Rosa coming out next set could actually be a pretty good help here. It's like search your deck for if you get something KO'd last turn, it's like search your deck for a trainer, a Pokemon, and I think a basic energy. So like the second part might not matter here, but you know, you can get yourself more set up, or even just fully set up than the stuff there with that going. Because you can't really play greens in this deck.
Yeah,
yeah, it is a basic energy. Like, you could tech some energy in here as well. Like, there is a possibility of playing like a lightning energy thing or something to use like Coco, you know.
I don't think it'll be a problem once you have a Goose Mahala in here, though. Because there's been a few of those, you'll find your recycles.
Yeah, it's just like if the opponent takes an early knockout on one of your two guys, you can get like the Doublade and the Duststone like immediately, right? So you could get attacking from like a revenge KO sort of situation with
Actually,
this.
that's a good point. Yeah, if you're gonna think about turn 2 revenge, then one basic entry just to smooth things out sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, so like this is actually more explored with Gallade coming in the next set, but this kind of card is actually pretty good for the evolution stuff. Between this and like Professor Oak's setup, being able to get a bunch of different types of basics down is pretty solid for them. Like they tried, but at the same time they also printed ADP. So you know. How much did they really try is the thing. But you know, these sorts of things are kind of cool nonetheless. And in a deck where you can't really play greens anyway, because I think you definitely need the Mew, so greens is automatically kind of sketching just from that. But I think you also want the Ditto in here. Funnily enough, the Ditto will go back to the hand, I believe, if it gets KO'd underneath an Aegislash, because the slash doesn't discard them. Yeah, it puts all the Pokemon into the hand instead of being discarded.
Instead of it's a replacement effect.
So the Ditto actually does get to live more than once. It's great. Yeah. That's pretty much it, though. I think this deck is really cool, and I did want to show it. This wasn't one that I had, like, remembered building from the time. I might have built it, but, like, this wasn't one of my old lists, per se. This list is actually very close to our dear friend Matt's list, actually, that I found on Reddit. So, it's a little bit different. I've changed a few things around, and he didn't have Haku, for example. But, yeah, I was trying to build this with Jirachis and escape boards and stuff, and I was over 70 cards constantly, and I couldn't pare it down. So I just looked on Google, see if there was anything I could find for this stuff, and lo and behold, right, small world. So yeah, it's pretty cool though. I like the idea, and I think it was worth showing off here.
This was someone's pet project they brought to a special event initially, and we have retooled it because I don't know what they were cooking with.
It was an automatic day. Yeah, automatic day 2 worlds for this one, right? It was
yeah. There was
Jimmy,
someone memeing at Worlds.
Yeah, Jimmy Words. I don't know how to say his second name, obviously, but yeah, he got a day 2 invite in Worlds and decided this was like his version of this was what he was gonna bring. So
it was infinitely less consistent than this.
Yeah, it was less consistent for sure. Because we didn't have the half.
I somehow don't think he was taking the tournament seriously.
No. It could have potentially just been like effectively a protest thing of it, right? Of the format rotation and stuff. Because that's one thing with this format is that it did rotate just before Worlds, and oh god, this rotation was not great. I did just put the video up for that today. This rotation did not
exist in Japan.
Yeah, which is, you know, always a consideration, I suppose, but not to say the Japanese did bad in this tournament, however. We'll be seeing Shintaro's deck at some point during this, and yeah, second place is pretty freaking good out of this one, so not like they can't adapt, but it's just, yeah, it's a shame when so many of the consistency cards are at the start of this format, or this block, rather than, you know, being sort of more spread out with the stuff, and a rotation like this is a harsh reality for that type of thing. And yeah, that's where a lot of the GX focus ends up coming in on the stuff. But there are decks like this, which maybe aren't the best, but they can get away without playing only GXs and stuff with it, right? So there is still fun to be had in this format. Just depends if you're okay looking for it, I suppose. Right, well, yeah, I think for YouTube side, it's a pretty solid set with it. We have done 3 matches worth of stuff at that point, you know. The games went quite a bit as well, so it's quite good. And I've still got tons that I need to show in this one, but that is what future videos are for, because got 2 hours of playing, think that's enough for the one video. So on the YouTube side, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care.